welcome back to another episode of Mama Knows Best. We took a little bit of a break.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but we have a lot of updates. We're going to talk about the 27-date journey. I just finished it.
He did.
Week.
Feels so good.
It does.
It feels good for me. It has to feel good for you.
It does. There's a lot to talk about, so bear with us. We don't know how long this is going to be, but we're going to just talk about everything. But I want to go through what we're going to talk about. The 27-date journey, the 7 girls that I'll be going on second dates with moving forward, the secret lemon, which I know people have forgotten about, but there's something big that's happening there. Update on the YouTube videos. I haven't released as many throughout all the dates, but you're going to see that.
He bit off way more than he could chew.
I did. Guys, actually, let's just, there's a lot to talk about, but let's just go right into it.
Okay.
The 27-date journey, thoughts and feelings about it all. I want you to talk first. What's your thoughts?
Okay, well, again, this all started from a viral video out of the blue. Nobody expected it. It was not planned. Just happened. And as it was happening and Riley's making up how he wanted it to go, I did try to tell him 27's way too many. First of all, it's too many. He wanted to do it in 2 months. Too many. That's too short a time. It's too much money. Blah, 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 blah. I'm the negative one. I always look at the negative side of things, and I did in this. However, I will say I think I was right because I think 27 was a lot.
And I think that's what we're feeling now, because after going through it for a couple months, it has been a lot. However, like we said in the beginning, and I want to keep on reiterating this has been a God thing on both of our ends. And throughout that process, we asked for guidance, and that was a part of it. And the 27 girls was a way of, there was thousands of people that reached out. Tens of thousands of people that reached out. So that was a way of consolidating it. And that's something that I also want to talk about moving forward, of why we're moving forward with 7. Why not keep it open? Why not do all of them again?
No.
And yeah, so that's her thoughts. My thoughts is this has been, I think, a very eye-opening journey of meeting a whole bunch of people around the country and what it takes to do that. Of a lot of people have been asking of how do you keep all the information in your head? How do you keep in contact with the girls? All of these questions, which we put on our Instagram stories. If you guys want to ask us questions, if you do, always go there and ask questions there. But a lot of questions about how the process was working, and all I could do on all 27 dates was be present and be there.
And I will say, and I think you guys will agree, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
I felt like as I watched his videos back, it's like I was proud of you, and I know your dad was too.
I appreciate that.
I mean, not everybody could do what he did and be there, be present, and I could tell he was, and he took it all serious. And really, Riley did most of the work, even though mine was very strong.
You did a lot.
You did.
You did a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that people didn't get to see.
I did do behind-the-scenes stuff, but he not only had to, go on, travel, do the dates and all that, and then he had to come back and get the editing done and all that, because that's not my forte, and so I was no help there, which is why his YouTube videos are so far behind. We bit off way more than we could chew in the time frame we gave ourselves. So now that the 27 dates are done, we came to a conclusion that really this is still all about finding a date for his brother's wedding and maybe more. But that isn't until November 2nd. And we had this ungodly time frame of August 14th, which is Riley's birthday, for him to decide. That's not going to happen. In fact, it might not happen by September 14th. We don't even know. We're just, the whole time frame thing, we're slowing down a little bit. And hopefully that's okay with everybody watching and the girls that are doing this whole process, because you're eating up a lot of, their space also.
Let's talk about that. So the 27-date journey is over. Very grateful for it. It was a long time coming. And I know a lot of people were excited to get to this next adventure of the process. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
Of the 7 girls that I'll be going on second dates with, the timeline, how that's all going to come to be, who are they, all of that. And let's start here. So we were talking, and we decided for the 7 girls that I'll be going on second dates with, I've been actively reaching out over the past couple days, which I do want to talk about this. I have journaled about this, of taking a step back. I think being in the process of going literally all around the country, constantly traveling, constantly filming content, constantly just going, I needed to take a step back. And I felt like at the end of it, it was a lot of energy that was expended over that time. So I took multi-days, a week almost, of reflection to go over the dates that I went on, to remember the feelings that I had and all of that. And I landed on 7 that I would like to go on second dates with. And I've reached out to them.
And they said yes.
And also I've reached out to the other 20 girls. But moving forward, we decided that we're not going to announce the 7 girls online, rather to help with their privacy. And we also don't want to make this a competition.
No.
A lot of people have, or some people, not a lot, have commented about it being a competition of like, oh, you dated all these girls and then you only limited it to 7. There was multiple reasons why we limited it to 7. One being, I can't fly everywhere again. There's been a lot of money and resources expended towards all of
Probably
that.
double what he thought it was going to cost. In the
Yes, but also we want it to be just a natural process rather than you guys seeing who these dates are. You're going to see them as they come out. And we've talked a little bit about it too, I think. But these next second dates, I think, and actually I'm just going to talk about it honestly.
Okay.
The 27 date journey, I feel like got to a point where it was like, is all about the activity and just dating. It was like, go there for multiple hours, have this dating activity and try to connect very quickly, and then I'd have to leave. There was no room for just time. Yeah, there was no extra time. So the 7 dates that I'm going to be going on is going to be slower and more about the connection rather than the activity, and more enjoying it. I enjoyed all 27, but I did talk to her and several of these dates, to be honest, it was exhausting having to not be somewhere for multiple days to get to know a person. We didn't have that luxury, at least that's what the timeline was before. Now it's changing.
So we're going to give
forward.
him more time this time.
More
at
time,
a
more
minimum,
connection.
they have 1 full day.
Yeah.
And, he'll get there the night before, so his plane can't be late, and then spend a day, and then leave the next day.
Which maybe, I don't think should we talk about how it's going to be different? Actually, no. Just know this, that we are not going to announce the 7 girls. We've already picked them. They've already said yes, it's going to happen. Let's talk about timeline. Like she mentioned before, the timeline has had to be pushed back, and there's multiple reasons for that. A lot was taken on. We had very high expectations, and like a lot of stuff in life, you set your expectations high, and then you're right here. That's where reality is.
We're adjusting.
We're adjusting. So for moving forward, there is, and I'll get to this maybe later in the video, but there's something happening at the end of July with the Secret Lemon, Ziggy. We've already announced Ziggy. And that's going to be a big thing.
I love
right?
that name, Ziggy.
And Ziggy is a big thing.
It's not spelled Z-I-G-G-I.
S-I-G-I.
It's S-I-G-I, yeah.
Which that's a big thing, so it's consuming a lot of time. But we figured the second dates moving forward are going to start happening in early August.
Yes.
All of August, most likely.
Yes.
And then we're going to see how long that'll take, and because we have to plan with the girls, all of that.
Yeah.
And then the 3 dates after the 7, so I go on a third and final day with 3 girls, will be probably in September.
Yes.
Or maybe even late August. I don't know. Well,
No,
we're still
it'll be
figuring out.
It'll be
But
September.
overall, just
Because
know,
we have a family vacation happening first week of September.
we do.
Yeah. It's going to be September. But,
Yeah,
but I would think by the end of September, he will have narrowed it down to 1, the one for the date. It gives him a month to get to know her better before the date.
Yeah, and actually, can I
Before the
want to
wedding.
talk about this too, because it's all popping up as we're talking about it. I want you guys to know, and I know like it maybe seems, it is. I'm so grateful. It's so fun, but I've said this on a podcast I did earlier with Liberty, where I really want to be cognizant of there were a lot of emotions in all of this, and I don't want to hurt anybody. It's a weird position to be in, of like going on these dates with all these girls, connecting with a lot of them, and all of them. Honestly, my mom did a beautiful job picking out all 27 girls. Of like, they were all seriously
So
very,
good.
very wonderful, very
Yes.
beautiful people. I connected with pretty much all of them, and narrowing it down to 7 was very tough. But I want to mention that it wasn't an easy decision, and yeah.
And what I've told him, so be prepared, and I'm going to say it again as a mom. Going from 7 to 3 is going to be even harder, probably, and then from 3 to 1 is going to almost probably seem impossible, I would think.
Yeah.
So and again, nobody wants any feelings hurt or anything.
Yeah, and I think I've been talking to my mom about this over the past couple of days, and after reflecting, even though I landed on people to continue with, on second dates with, it's still like it's a lot of my emotions are at play here too. I know girls think that guys don't have emotions, but I have given a lot of thought to it. That's the reason I literally went to an Airbnb for 3 days and just thought about it. And it was very, very difficult. All of them were very wonderful, and it was a very tough decision. But yeah, that's the process we decided on, and I'm still sticking to it. I know my mom has her feelings, everybody else has their feelings, but it was set up the way that it is for a reason, which we don't need to go into.
And
but
we just pray it all turns out well.
we pray it all turns out well. It honestly all is a God thing. All of this, and also side note, I want to do a big thank you to everybody who's continued to watch us, continued to support us. My mom and I are trying our best with this whole thing. She does her stuff, I do mine. But at the end of the day, all we're trying to show you guys through this process is just the story of love, of me going on this dating adventure, authentic, real dating. A lot of people early on compare this process to The Bachelor. It's the farthest thing from it.
And yet it's a lot like it.
It is, but I want to address that of like how it was set up. 27 girls go on 7 second dates, 3 whatever. It was set up that way to not as a competition, but to narrow down expectations. I can't go on 25 other second dates. That would be literally financially impossible.
I think 7's almost too many. But when it came to narrowing down, in my head, it was going to be tough to get less than 10. I mean, all the girls were so great.
I agree.
And I know for him to get down to 7 was really hard. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah,
actually,
and it was tougher. But I want to make sure to address that. The reason why we're moving forward the way we are is this is not a competition. It is set up just to help control expectations and emotions, not hurt people, but it's just a part of the process. And hope you guys understand that.
Yeah.
Just know, overall, the timeline is being pushed back a little bit just for the sake of being able to actually be at these places on these second dates and genuinely connect over
Not be
more.
in a hurry.
Not be in a hurry, be there and be completely present. And,
So basically, August will be the second date. September will be the third date, and by the end of September, he should have his wedding.
And just know too, that's where we're landing right now. Things could change. That's the timeline for now. We're not going to announce the 7 out of respect to privacy, and also just to not make that the focus of it, rather than just the experience. And me genuinely trying to find a date for my brother's wedding, and hopefully something more after that. So that's that's the meat of what we're talking about. The next one, the secret lemon, which I know a lot of people have forgotten about this. So I went on 27 dates with 27 girls, and there was a secret lemon that we announced at the end of June. I'm pretty sure.
Beginning of June.
Beginning of June.
Yeah.
Beginning of June. That'll be the first date of this next part of the adventure.
She's kicking it off.
She's kicking it off, and I'll just say this, which I don't want to give too much away. We're kicking it off with a huge bang. Starting next week. That's been something we've been preparing for. That's kind of a reason why we have to push back the timeline, but it's going to be a big adventure, and make sure you stay tuned for that. Is there anything else we should mention there? I don't even
know all the details, so
there's going to be a lot happening, and I think it'll be really fun, and just know that it's something I'm looking forward to. I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
Update on YouTube videos. So halfway through, I made the decision, because I am the one like posting these videos, editing them, whatever. I also have a team helping me as well. Then I decided halfway through that I didn't want to release the videos until the shorts were coming out. And then I got too busy with going on the dates of editing the shorts, all of that I wasn't able to also do the YouTube videos. So over the next couple of weeks, you'll see the YouTube videos start to come out of all the dates that I went on, because I know a lot of people were asking for that.
And hopefully, people are
in the short videos, you can only tell so much. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you only have 90 seconds to show a video, unless you want to do multiple parts. So on YouTube, if you want to see all of the dates, they're going to be on there over the next couple of weeks. I think there's like
2 per.
Yeah, 2 per episode, and then there will be probably 10 or 11 videos released over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, cross your fingers. But those will be coming out for the people interested to see the full dates, not just 90 seconds of it. Or anything else.
And please keep following.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Let's address this. Towards the end of the process, I think some people were getting a little bit tired of 27 dates is a lot. It seems like
people are like, it's too many. Get it over with already.
I'm in a new place, just doing a new activity with a new girl, and it became a lot at the end of it. However, it had to be that way, and I'm glad that you guys stuck through. But just know, we're at the next part of the process, and we're glad that you guys are following.
Fingers crossed, it all goes well. Keep following along. We love having you. We're going to try to do more videos where we show us.
Yeah.
We just got so busy that wouldn't work either.
Yes. Also, all the videos you guys see my mom, please encourage her. She needs the encouragement of posting herself out there. Remember, this whole process started from her coming to me, asking me how to create content, and then this all happened. So this was not planned at all. It just ended up this way.
Yeah.
But we're going back to while I'm going on these dates, my mom is also going to be posting her content, more of her life, maybe.
Yeah, and I can say right here, I'm going to just say this right now, even though it's a little further on the list. I do want to say he also, in the beginning, heavily encouraged me, because we both wanted to lose weight for the wedding.
Oh my God, yes.
He heavily encouraged me, put it out there. I didn't want to put it out. I don't like putting my diets out there, mostly because it's I usually fail at them, and who wants to put your failures out there? So I put it out there, and I thought maybe if I put it out there, I won't fail this time. And I haven't failed, but I haven't succeeded as much as I wanted to either. So, I went on this plan, and Optavia, I never know how to say it. I went on the plan, and it went well. For the first couple of weeks, lost 10 pounds. It's like, all right, this is gonna work. And then it just came to a screeching halt. And maybe it came to a halt because it was just going to. Maybe I stopped being as good on my diet. Maybe I stopped following all the rules. I'm a terrible dieter. That's why I'm not a thin girl.
But you could admit, in the beginning of her doing this, which you have done an amazing job, people were very encouraged by you showing the
They were, and so I was showing it. But then I haven't done an update, and people are saying, why aren't you updating? Why aren't you updating? Well, because I'm updating kind of a fail, because I've lost 12 pounds now. So,
12 pounds is better than gaining.
Yeah, so in a month and a half, I lost another 2 pounds. So it's very slow, but it's my fault. It's not even Octavia's fault or Optavia, because honestly, if I followed it to a T like you're supposed to, I'm sure it would work.
So this is what we're doing moving forward, though. We both have committed ourselves to losing 60
all the
pounds.
weight I lost, he found.
Okay, we don't even mention that. Traveling takes a toll on his body.
And he
But you are you gonna start getting are you gonna start?
I want to say I am. I am terrible at dieting. I just don't
You're
know.
not.
I just like accepting me. And I think it's important. Honestly, you just accept you the way you are. And I do accept myself the way I am. Although for the wedding, I am worried about being able to find a dress that I feel comfortable in for that day, which it's not even about me, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But I do want to lose more weight. So my goal is get on the treadmill and maybe start to get more active. Maybe my friend Julie, this is to you, Julie, said to start lifting a few weights, and I'm like, it makes me sore, so I don't like doing that. And so I'm an excuse maker.
You are, but I think like a part of this, and there's been a lot of people, a lot of the dates and other people who've complimented us on this, that a lot of social media is just fake. Nobody posts real stuff. This is real. Your workout journey, not a lot of people can do it, of committing to losing 60 pounds and then doing it exact the time.
I mean,
at
30. If I could lose 30 at this point, I'd be really happy.
No, both of our goals are still to lose 60 pounds by November.
Mine's 30.
But I think people appreciate, which you guys comment below if you guys agree, of like you at least showing that it's like it doesn't just go, oh, I'm continuing to have success, I'm losing. You're gonna have ups and downs.
I had so many people when I first announced it reach out and want to help me.
Yeah.
You know, like dietitians and just like exercise people on plans, and I had so many offers, and I just turned them all down and said I'll get back to you, and because I'm just not good at that stuff.
You are. It's all like, I will say this, and I'm the same way. It's all in your head of you being able to commit and discipline yourself and not let distractions, not letting a number on a scale when it plateaus discourage you. It's all in your head. And I have the same struggles, but I think at least for me, we don't talk about it much, but I want this community to be a group of people who can share, be honest, and help each other. Like with my mom, there's probably people out there that are really into fitness that probably understands the struggle. Maybe you've lost 60, 90 pounds, whatever, you know how to do it. And this can be a way.
And they probably will offer to help, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'll get back to you.
No matter what, I think you have to discipline yourself, put your mind to it. And we want all of this, no matter what. A big part for me through this journey is showing the failure, showing the successes, even though it ended up just being a lot about the dating.
I mean, my hope is after he picks his date and we go to the wedding, then they fall in love, and then the next wedding we're going to is theirs, and then they'll have kids, and we'll just follow this whole journey.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But no matter what, you're going to continue with your workout journey. And we just want this to be a supportive community of people to help each other, inspire each other, educate each other. That's most important. Yeah. And I think losing 12 pounds is a really big deal.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
But he found them.
Yeah, okay, you keep on second time you mentioned that. We're going to end this. Okay, is that all you want to mention there?
Yeah.
Okay, really quickly, we're wrapping up. We already talked about the meat of it.
Yeah.
And if you guys have questions even after this, comment them below. We'll DM you, we'll comment back, whatever. Or maybe even drop them on the podcast. Our merch update. So my mom and I behind the scenes throughout this whole crazy dating adventure worked really hard on, we asked all of you guys if you would be interested in merch of like, to support us and also something cool to wear. I wear basically the same thing every day, so it'd be nice to have our own little, our clothing line or whatever. But that'll be releasing hopefully in the next week or two. We are still working on little kinks here and there, but just know that that's coming out soon. And yeah, anything else?
Help support.
Yeah, help support. Then that honestly is just to, it helps us out too, like through a roundabout way. Also, it just some way to I don't know, to represent what we're doing.
He and I love wearing t-shirts and the same one every day, and so I think it'll give us.
There'll be t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, hats. It's just
he loves
I wear.
hoodies and sweatshirts,
I do.
even in 90-degree weather.
So this is a little bit. I think it's great merch, and I hope you guys like it too.
Yeah.
But we worked really hard on it, and just know that it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Mom updates was the next one.
I already did that. That was my diet. Yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to fan
Questions. Yes, and so we have some questions.
Let's see this.
Oh shoot! No, this is no question. Just want to tell you and your mom how much I enjoy your journey. Good luck. Oh, thank you so much.
Who said that?
That was JKM
sweet.
Streff.
So sweet.
I have trouble seeing. Who pays for all the expense of the dates and travel? That's from KGOD989. That would be Riley. It's all Riley.
Yeah, the Bank of Riley. All worth it though. The experience, meeting good people.
Oh yeah, he's loved every minute of it. And money that he doesn't
Money always is going to be
him.
there. I would rather experience something and take the rest rather than focus on.
But I'm more practical, and you do have to have money to make things happen. Eventually, you do run out. And so, anyway, we're trying to do some brand deals. That's my job, is try to get some brand deals. Anybody have any ideas or connections for some brand deals? Would love it. Otherwise, I'm just working hard trying to get something.
Also, wait, I want to do a side note.
And one of them we're doing, like today, after this, we're going to go record. It's the one that's helped us the most through this whole journey, and it's Circle. It's my little drink cup with the flavored water.
Don't mention what we're about to, but they just released something that's really cool.
And they brought us on board, and we get to represent them. And do we link it or anything? Mm-hmm. So, I think we link when we do our video. I mean, buy one. They're awesome. I don't think you'll regret it. They're really awesome. I personally
she genuinely loves it. We only will partner with brands that I like, or at least
yes,
like,
I do love it. It has helped my water consumption like tenfold. It's the best. So when we do our video for Circle, it's CIRKUL, buy it, and that helps us. And then maybe they'll give us another brand deal. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll keep us on because it's helped us keep going.
I want to do a side note here of just remember, guys, my mother, not to bring up your age, but she is 60, and she's gotten so far along this process. Remember, this all started, I already mentioned it, about her wanting to create content and make money from it. She's at that point. And eventually, after this whole process is said and done, I do want to help other people out there, of people, moms, people who have no idea how to make money on social media. It honestly isn't too hard. If you know what you're doing, there's a certain way, certain stuff you need to know, but it's possible. And she has proven that. Literally, she proved it within a month and a half, 2 months. She did it, and then it's been 3-4 months now. And she's at a level where she's having conversations with brands and reaching out to brands, and she understands content. For the most part,
it's hard. I'm not good at it.
But everything takes time. You're never going to be good at something overnight. You have to keep on showing up, being consistent. She's shown that, so I want to applaud her.
Well, thank you.
I have a question, then you go.
Okay,
we'll do a couple more.
Okay.
Is dating 28 girls not mentally draining? I will say, we mentioned earlier that it was, I had no choice but to be extremely present on all of these dates, and I was able to do that. I didn't want to have any of my energy outside of just these girls and connecting with them. However, near the end, I will say, and even now, my mom and I talked right before this podcast, my energy, I think, after expending a lot of emotions that for me too are in this, and I think that expends a lot of a person. So at the end, it definitely was. However, I'm extremely grateful for it. We've talked about this a bunch, I think on video as well. I prayed for this, not this exact dating adventure, but I prayed for something like this, and I'm so grateful. And even if it's...
So he's living his dream.
I'm living my dream, even if it is tiring, I'm so grateful for it, and I'm glad that we did it the way we did, and I think everything's working out exactly how it needs to.
Yeah, and I will say this, even though your energy might have been drained at the end, a lot of the girls at the end were good ones.
Yeah. Okay, ask your question.
Okay, 2 questions were the same, and that's basically, are you looking for a date only for the wedding, taken to the wedding? In other words, is it beyond the wedding?
Well, so do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
At least on my side of that's the number one priority of literally just like we taught. This whole journey started because I didn't want to go to my brother's wedding in November alone. I've done it with my oldest brother's wedding. Now my youngest brother's getting married, and I'm still single, and I didn't want to go alone. So the first priority just having a date to that wedding. If anything happens after that, I would be ecstatic. I will say that that was my intentions going into this of like I want to find my person, especially after going over this whole journey. This is going to be a crazy story to tell my kids one day. That there is no expectations. That's my intentions, but as long as I get a date to my brother's wedding, and anything after that is a bonus, and I hope it does.
We're at a little bit of a quandary though, because more than likely, I can't say for sure, but you know, most of the girls are from out of state or from long ways away, and so
That's yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's something I didn't mention though. I do want to mention of like after traveling around. This is where you can get, and you're not gonna like hearing this. I've already mentioned it. Of you get so stuck in the way that you've lived and where you've lived, and not a lot of people want to take a risk going places. Seeing everywhere, I live in Nashville right now. Seeing all these places, like oh my gosh, there's like a lot
a whole
out
new
there.
world out there.
So like I'm not committed to Nashville. We've already
I know,
talked about
I
it,
know.
but
It makes me sad. Really
but it's no matter what.
I mean, I wanted all 27 girls to be from Nashville.
That'd be impossible. But.
Then more than likely you would have met a girl from Nashville, but whatever.
No matter what, it doesn't matter where they're from. No matter what, just looking for a date for my brother's wedding, and then I have the intentions of hopefully continuing something after if everything works out. But no pressure. If there's any questions that you have after watching this podcast, we put up stories sometimes where you can put little questions there, and we'll answer them either via comments, DMs, or we'll do a podcast like
There you
this.
go.
This has been another episode of
Mama Knows Best. Mama knows everything.
Mama's the best. Bye.
See ya.